The physical darkness in the shepherd filled New Bethlehem must have filled the night with a quiet uncertainty that seemed like a metaphor reflecting the spiritual darkness of the age. Sheep wandered under the dim sky while shepherds carried the weight of their difficult circumstances.
You know, that's interesting. I didn't catch the dim sky part before, but when I first received this newsletter from Jamie Flores, who is pastor and has missionary work, which he does in Peru, which is All for Him Ministries. I had woke up the morning. I downloaded the information the night before, actually, and I woke up the next morning with this dark cloud over the top of me. And I read this first paragraph, and immediately, immediately, the sun broke forth, and that dark cloud that I woke up with, it dissipated. And I could actually hear the Lord in a soft, gentle voice say to me, "Here I am." And it felt wonderful. And I carried that joy throughout the day. I was very fortunate to have an interview with Jamie. And I would like for us to take the time now to watch a little bit of it and see if you receive the same joy that I did. So.
This is the deaf and mute school that we have in this island. It's called Iquitos. It's in Peru as well. This is the teacher, and we're doing interviews with the students. Some of the students, like this girl right here, she gets abused at home because she's deaf and mute.
Okay.
So she's telling her story.
How many kids you have there now?
Well, right now we have about 20. We know that in the island is an average of about 1,000 maybe kids, but
Okay.
right now we only have 20 in the school. So
Okay.
we're working on getting more.
Okay. Now, the current structure that I'm seeing here. How did you pick that place? What was it? Just
Well,
available to you?
I found this young lady at the airport in the island, and I introduced my team to her, and I told her that we were missionaries, and she asked me if I was interested in visiting this church. They had the school for the deaf and mute kids that they didn't get any support, any help, or anything like that. So we visited her for the first time last year in July. Then back in November last year we went and we equipped the school with everything that they needed.
Okay. Okay. Now, this
school
current
year.
video here. When was this taken?
This was taken in November. We did just a small mission trip. There was like 6 of us that went and just to visit them and see and to bring all the stuff that they needed for the new school year.
Okay.
So this was November last year.
Okay. And some of these guys here, like the ones in the orange.
Some of the guys over here, those are members of our church. You see one of the brothers there is from Argentina. He was just visiting there. And yeah, but most of the people here are from the church. Some Romanian brothers there from the church up north.
Oh, okay. Now, so this church has another church that's
No,
associated
no.
with it?
All for Him Ministries is an independent ministry.
Okay.
Okay, I belong to Christian Life Center. I pastor here in the church, but All for Him is open to any church that wants to
Okay.
work with us, do
Okay.
mission trips and all that
Okay.
with
Okay.
us. Right. This is the pastor of the pastor teacher of the school.
Okay. Okay.
Him and his wife minister there.
Now, how many kids do you hope to bring in?
Well, right now we're equipped to bring at least 45 kids,
Okay.
but we need more help so we can reach out to the rest of them.
Right,
There's so much
right.
need, and what happens with these kids is if we don't reach them by the time they're 18, they're going to end up on the streets. The girls are going to be prostitutes, and the guys are going to be, drug addicts, alcoholics, and stuff like that. So we need to work hard. Now, these kids over here, this is another group. Those are the street kids that we minister to. Every Saturday, we pay for them to come to the base. We feed them, and then we preach to them, and we love them. These kids are left behind on the streets, and the government has like a big place where they put them, and they rape each other, and it's just a mess. But we're trying to reach out to them as well.
Okay. Now, how far out do you go to get them to bring them in?
Well, they're all in the city. This is everything that we're seeing so far is all in the city.
Okay.
So they go probably about 20 to 15 minutes by motor car to come to the base.
Okay. Seem like they're having a good time too.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, they come back regularly? Are they like?
Right, every Saturday they come, and then on Wednesdays as well.
Okay.
Now this is another group of street kids here that this pastor, we team up with this pastor, and she takes these kids into this little school that she has, and when we go there we have the privilege to feed them and fellowship with them. So this is some of the food, and we sponsor the food and everything
That's wonderful.
that we provide.
Now, you were telling me, like, I believe you were saying it takes $30 to cover.
Right now, it's about $150 to feed all this 150 kids.
Okay.
But we just found out that we can do feed a kid 4 months, 2 meals a week for $20.
Oh, wow.
So one kid, $20 twice a week. They will get all the vitamins and nutrients that they need, and it will cost us only $20, and it will last 4 months.
And you're doing a well here, I see.
Right, right. This well, we did it back in July, and we're repairing it now. But now we upgraded the pumps. So yeah, we have done about 12 wells so far in the communities.
Okay. And now this part here is still, this is outside of the city now?
This is outside the city. Now here we're in the jungle. We're about maybe 18 hours into the jungle right now.
Okay. Okay, that was the boat ride
That was the boat ride, right, on the Amazon River.
Right. And you told me before that you're working with about 11 or 12 villages?
Right, right. It's about 17 different tribes of Urarinas, but we're working right now with 11 communities so far.
Okay.
And this is the way we do the wells.
That's great work, man.
Yeah. The primary reason why we do the wells is because most of the kids and the people, they lose part of their vision because of the parasites. And now we just found out that they're dying with diverticulitis. The intestines, the parasites are eating the intestines.
I thought that the people that lived there that were indigenous to the place wouldn't be affected by the parasites, but apparently they are.
No, they are, and they're dying young, so that's one of the reasons why we're trying to do this.
Okay, let me ask you a question. When was your first trip?
In 2005.
2005. And how many individuals went with you at the time?
I went by myself.
Did
I
you?
was supposed to be, this wasn't a mission trip where we were taking a lot of people.
Okay.
This was just, I was supposed to be an interpreter, a translator.
Oh, I see.
And for the senior pastor, Jerry McQuay here.
Okay.
But what happened is he couldn't go. So I went by myself. And I got to preach, and that was the first time actually that I went on a mission trip in another country that was in Guatemala.
Really?
And I got to preach the first night, and 850 people came to the Lord.
Wow.
And it was amazing. It's just, I thought, wow, this is great. But I knew that was all God, and He reminded me of that, of course. You know, this is not you, this is me.
Right.
And so I thought, boy, my life is changed now. But God has something else for me.
Right,
So, that was
right.
2005.
Path of life.
Yeah.
Path of life.
Yeah.
Okay, how many times have you been? to
Six
Peru?
6 times so far.
6 times, okay.
2005 was just the beginning, and then 2006 we took the first group out there to the jungle.
Okay, so you've been making the trip. How many?
We go every year, the second week in July. Sometimes I go twice a year.
Okay.
You know, it all depends.
Okay. All right. What, from the perspective of standing back and just looking, and like you just stated, it's, the Lord had told you, it's not you, it's me. You know,
right.
From the perspective of standing back and seeing what He has done through you and your brothers, what have you seen the accomplishments as being?
It's been a lot. We have accomplished a lot.
Okay.
But one of the things that I can see is, for example, in 2006, we built the first church ever in the jungle. You know, and when we went back in 2007, it just impacted me so much that we made a difference in the life of these people just by building the church. But when I went into church or when we went in the church and we had the service, it was so impacting to me to see them singing songs, praying,
Right.
even did dramas for us. When a year ago there was nothing there, the Word of God was never there. We were the first ones, the pioneers in this little village, about 36 hours into the jungle where the wind don't blow.
Wow.
So that was
Wow.
it was it really impacted me.
Right. To
you
see
know.
what the Lord's been doing.